And so, while Izuku Midoriya made the offer to try to get Aoyama to still be a hero through hopefully potentially helping them ensnare All for One, it makes a lot of sense that Tsukauchi doesn't really know how to feel about that. He's a bit apprehensive to the idea. They still all conspired with All for One, and they still don't know if there might be a delay on any of them exploding like Nagan. So they feel that it might be prudent to keep Aoyama from speaking in any way, shape, or form just in case, which makes a lot of sense. Tsukauchi also finds out that Mr. and Mrs. Aoyama don't actually have a way of getting in touch with All for One, which makes a lot of sense. They're pawns. No way they'd be able to directly contact the big boss. He naturally always comes to them. Of course, because if they were caught, it would be obvious they could track him down through them. However, Aoyama isn't going to leave it at that. Well, Midoriya isn't going to leave it at that for Aoyama, because he still wants to press the issue, and a lot of the other students of Class 1A catch on. And I think this is what a few fans are kind of overlooking, because a lot of the students are feeling apprehensive towards Aoyama. That makes a lot of sense. But a lot of them realize that Aoyama is their best bet in potentially finding All for One. Like, even Kaminari, who is the dimmest bulb in Class 1A, realizes this. It's the opportunity that they've been looking for. And even Momo kind of sums it up. Aoyama is the only person who has even the slightest potential of deceiving All for One. And this opens up a lot of light for Aoyama, that his friends are still putting some form of trust in him, even if it's just to essentially use him. And Present Mic puts it all out there. And, a lot of people feel that Class 1A are just on this hive mind thing, that they're all just, oh yes, we completely want to forgive Aoyama. Nobody said that. A few of them said that, but not all of them said that. And Present Mic puts it out there, how can you trust this guy after everything that he's done? And Ida, he tries to disarm the situation, saying that's all in the past, the responsibility lies with us for not actually being able to suss out what was going on with him because we were around him the most. Our classmate is weeping in despair and we want to reach out to him. We want to find a way to somehow make him an equal to all of us once again. And the thing about that isn't them forgiving him right there on the spot. It's, we could begin to forgive you if you do this for us. Should you help us in formulating a plan and capturing All for One? And if it works, dude, you're instrumental in why we were able to bring this asshole down. That's what all of this is. It's all within the idea of a last-minute tactic, because they have nothing else to go on. This is literally the only path forward most of them are seeing and most of them are realizing. And it's funny too, because even Bakugo says it's just like, yeah, let me howitzer Aoyama a few times and that'll make us even. Like, Bakugo is showing that there is still some animosity within 1A, and of course Bakugo tends to be the one to voice it. I'm certain that a good amount of the rest of Class 1A wants to at least take out some aggression on Aoyama to some degree. It's just that not too many of them tend to be as vocal about shit like that, like Bakugo. And Kirishima, who tends to be a very much an optimist, wants to believe that Aoyama, during that time in the woods, was trying to get his parents to put an end to the whole situation. That they're all comrades in arms. They don't care if Midoriya's quirkless, and they wouldn't care that Aoyama was quirkless as well. They won't hold a grudge for keeping a secret, but they'd hold it for him not at least putting forth the opportunity to make things right. But Tsukauchi does bring forth the explanation that, the Aoyama family knows that all for one won't believe any lies, and they need to think things through as thoroughly as possible. In chimes Aizawa, who asks Midori if he had a plan. Of course, he really doesn't, but of course, leave it to Aizawa to actually have a plan. And he also does apologize for not being able to see through the situation going on with Aoyama. He doesn't want to completely disregard the kid because that's not how you rehabilitate someone. Again, like I've said before in the previous chapter, yes, they should still serve some form of sentence, even if it's as low as house arrest and community service. And the fact that they are at the very least cooperating with the law enforcement and all that will go a long way. And should they cooperate with Aizawa's plan, this could go very far in lightening any sentence that they receive, but they will still receive some form of sentence. That's the thing that I feel a lot of people are missing. But for police investigations, you do this kind of stuff. You make deal with someone who is part of the criminal organization to bring down the organization as a whole. And because of what the person did, you don't put them right up in jail because they will be murdered. You put them into witness protection, house arrests, police surveillance, limit their ability to move around. So yes, there will still be consequences, but this is an opportunity for Class 1A to find a way to get even. And so the entire Aoyama family have their ears covered so that they can't hear the plan. Sukauchi and Principal Nezu agree to Aizawa's plan. They escort the Aoyama family back to police headquarters for further interrogation and tell the students to keep all of this on down low. And Aoyama is taken away. Again, because he's still committed a crime. This isn't, oh yes, take them to a nice hotel or anything like that. This is not them being taken off the hook. They will be in a holding cell for as long as necessary until they are needed. And so Class 1A has nothing left to do at this point but prepare, with Ida and Izuku saying that they need to prepare some new costumes and gear to help them out in the upcoming battle. And as Higakure, makes a determined response to everyone that the plan will work, they will finally bring down All for One. We have this wonderful shot of the majority of Class 1A looking the most pissed that I have ever seen any of them. Even Koda is friggin' pissed. Like, even Froppy, who still looks adorable, looks pissed off. Because, of course, there's a well of emotions within all of them. All for One has basically been targeting their lives from the start, manipulating them, playing them, endangering their lives, time and time and time again. Yeah, they might be pissed at Aoyama, but they're probably twice as pissed at All for One for doing all of this. This is their biggest opportunity to strike back at the asshole who has made the past year of their lives a living hell. So as Izuku and Ida head over to the Developmental Studies Department, deja vu as the department explodes, and we end up in a very familiar scene. Out comes Mei Hatsume with her, well, for lack of a better word, her titties all over Izuku once again. Which is such a break in how tense everything has been up until now, but I mean, that's just Horikoshi in a nutshell. She really hasn't done anything fan service centric in a hot minute. Although it is interesting because I think she's grown in some areas. And the first time they met, it was just that, she was chest to chest with Izuku, and now she's got them right up in his face, which is just like, come on. But she always does make some really great gear. So despite the silly nature of that last little moment, we're probably going to get some really cool stuff from Hatsume that really complement Midoriya's quirk as well as Iida's. So I think this is a great thing, you know? Hatsume does incredible work. So bring on the gadgets. Let's see what this girl has got. But hey, tell me your thoughts on this chapter in the comments section below. Well, what do you think the terms will be for the Aoyama family, and what will they need to do in order to lure out All for One? Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments section below. And if you like this video, do all the YouTube stuff. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.